I have had this day in the diary for absolutely ages and been super looking forward to it. I am at the Morgan Works, the Morgan factory here in Malvern, and I'm here to have a tour around and enjoy the experience of watching these incredible cars being handcrafted. And then I'm going to check out the museum, and most importantly, I'm going to get to drive a Super 3. So join me in the video for the highlights of all of that fun, and let's enjoy our Morgan-centric petrolhead day out. I'm David, this is Autobunker, and thank you so much for watching. Right at the front of the Experience Centre, there's a fleet of brand new Morgans showcasing the factory output, and these are the cars that you can take out on the road. Little did I know that there was a brand new Super 3 parked there that would be the one that I was driving later on in the afternoon. There's more detail on my experience in the car and how they get put together in the factory as the video goes on. The tour starts in the Experience Centre Cafe, and just look at the level of detail on these table numbers with the vents to match the +4 bonnet louvre. Love it! The factory is famously on a hill. In the early days the cars were rolled from one section to another. The flow almost goes the other way now, but we start at the top in the 1914 room. It's a lovely bright room that retains the original feel of the factory from 1914, with some beautiful cars in here, including the Geneva show car for the Aeromax. I recognised this space from the launch of the Supersport model to the press not so long ago. It was cool to be in the same room. It was interesting to see the evolution of the factory layout, certainly not how you design it from scratch. That's the joy of a heritage company, isn't it? Next door was a room with two very special cars being worked on, coupe versions of the Midsummer. Just 9 of these are going to be made, so it's great seeing 2 of them together in production. Next up was the chassis shop, where this Supersport was having its electronic modules programmed and checked. It could run on the lift, which was cool, with fume extraction out of the ceiling. The workers can very carefully drive the cars around the factory in this state before they have the body and trim fitted to them. Half shafts, including hub assemblies, are done on the left side of the building, and I was fascinated to see the Super 3s going down the same production line as the 4s and the Super Sports. They're all made in the same buildings, and they just mix them into the production run when they need to be built. The assembly shop was my absolute favourite part of the factory, a complete hive of activity where the metal panels are laid over the finished chassis with the woodwork already fitted to them. Although there's hand tools being used everywhere, there's modern technology as well. The TV screen in the background showing the cycle time for each workstation, and the red box means that that guy needs a little bit more help to get through his work and keep the production running. The bonnets are hand-formed from sheet metal in this room, and for the +4 you have to cut out the louvre individually. What a task. The metal workshop next door was equally as busy, with more panels being fabricated and welding activity when it's needed. It was interesting to see how many of the chassis were marked up for 3D scanning, and hiding behind the gentleman at the workbench are the butts for the Midsummer coupes for the metal form. Our tour guide Dave was saying how important the tolerances on the woodwork are for getting a good fit on the body panels. Which brings us neatly to the wood shop, perhaps the building with the strongest sense of traditional craftsmanship. The ash frames and the rear wheel arches we can see here have been made the same way for decades and decades. The rear arches are handed, and this tool dates back to the 1950s. I wonder how many it's made in total. The paint shop is separate from the main buildings, but the cars come in here for their panels to be painted over an intensive 2-day process. It was the factory lunchtime by the time we arrived in the trim shop, and where final assembly of the cars happens. It was very cool to see all the different options that customers have specified slowly coming together as the final finished product. It was interesting to see just how many Supersports were coming down the production line. It's clearly been a big sales success for Morgan. Kudos to them for it as well. The tour finished in the quieter surroundings of the museum with some interesting historical cars in there. I was particularly taken with the Aeromax Le Mans entry from the early 2000s. How cool to see a massive spoiler on a Morgan. The 50th anniversary edition of the Plus 8 was a very special sight to see as well. I love the aero screens on these, they're so retro. It would be lovely to waft around in one of these with that BMW V8 burbling away. Back out to the Experience Centre where you can dive into the showroom to see the latest cars, and hiding away in there was the CXT rally car. I am very taken with the fuchsia pink Super 3. Unfortunately, it was sold already. This little corner is where you can sit and specify your own Morgan. Look at all these paint swatches and leather swatches. It would be so much fun to sit and build one of these cars out to your own specification. After a quick pit stop in the cafe, it was time to get familiar with my drive for the afternoon, this brand new, gorgeous looking Super 3. So excited. First of all, a massive thank you to Dave from the Experience Centre for the tour around the factory, getting me set up in the car and guiding me around the local roads. He even took this footage of the drive out together. They didn't spend too much of the council taxpayers' money down here this year, did they?
No, this is traditional, this road. This is how it would have been in Roman times.
I think even they might have been appalled.
For the visitors so they can see what it used to be like. It also stops them moaning about their own roads when they get home.
True. To be fair, most of the roads around Malvern were lovely, but it took me a while to get my head around how to position a three-wheel car. If you skip a pothole with the front two wheels, the rear one goes straight over it, so you have to line it up pretty much with the headlight, and that way you can just about skip round it. We had a bit of a faff trying to sort out goggles and me being able to see up the road with my glasses on. I normally bring a smaller pair for wearing with helmets and goggles. It didn't even cross my mind, but thankfully my host Dave sorted out a helmet that had a visor that fitted over these glasses. So I think also protection from the wind as well was useful with the open face helmet. So definitely something to think about if you're a glasses wearer driving an open top sports car just with aero screens. Like the carousel on the Nürburgring, it was so cambered. Like a bank corner. I really did love how the Super 3 drove. It's so light you get an instant push from the torque in the engine at a very light throttle setting. It's incredibly easy to position the car with the open, narrow front wheels. You can literally place it on a dime right up to the cat size. So much fun. I have just had the privilege of being the first person to properly drive this Super 3 out on the road. It had 1 mile on it before we started this adventure. It's literally come out of the factory gates into the customer experience car centre, and I was the first person to drive it. What a car it was, really fun experience. The hour in the car absolutely flashed past and we headed back into Malvern to wrap up the day's proceedings. And waiting for us when we got back, a Super Sport 400. I would love going one of those next time. I am back in the car after a great day at the Morgan Works. What a joyful experience. It has just lifted my soul to see British manufacturing and innovation in action. The current lineup of cars, I just love how they look, how they go with the Ford or the BMW underpinnings, and that brilliant, innovative British styling combined with the craftsmanship. It's just such a nice experience to be in the environment where people are passionate about what they're building and creating when it comes to cars. I loved it. I was lucky enough to go to P&A Wood recently, who are a top end Rolls-Royce restoration company, and they've created cars that have won the Pebble Beach Concours in the past. Incredible attention to detail. And I've also worked in car factories at Ford sites, and most notably at the Castle Bromwich site where the S-Type was put together. The Morgan Works felt like, to me, almost melding those two ends of the automotive manufacturing spectrum together. The craftsmanship of hand-beating panels, stitching interiors, combined with the sort of regular production of a larger car factory. So, you know, they had tack times where each station had to perform in order to get cars to get down the production line in sequence so that the chassis could meet the body that had been fabricated elsewhere. And there were definitely signs of lean manufacturing and best practice in terms of minimizing waste and minimizing movement of parts and cars around the factory. It really did feel like the two had come together. It's worth saying how lovely the staff were throughout the day as well, from the guys that welcomed you at the experience centre, the tour guides, the staff in the cafe that helped me with a coffee that I dropped all over the place, or the klutz, and the people on the shop floor as well who were answering questions and being so kind and helpful throughout the experience too. It really was a lovely day. If you're interested in how cars are put together, getting a close-up view of some of the engineering behind them, then I would highly recommend a trip around the Malvern Works. Definitely worth it. It is a bit of a treat to go out on the driving experience, but the roads are cool and the cars are just out of this world. So if you get the chance to bolt that onto the factory tour as well, definitely worth thinking about. I really hope you enjoyed coming around on the tour with me and out on the drive in the Super 3. Thanks to Dave at Morgan, who did both the tour and the drive with me, which was nice. We had a great time. And if you have any other car factories that you think are worth visiting, please let me know in the comments. I'm always up for a trip to see British craftsmanship and British ingenuity in action. I'm David, this is Autobunker. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in another video on the channel coming along very soon.